So, bro, during the semester, especially during exam season, I would always be so excited for the summer holidays, right? I would be like, holy shit, I can't wait for these exams to be done and I can finally enjoy my summer holidays. I can finally do nothing all day. I can have full freedom. Didn't have any responsibilities. I had nothing to do. I was so excited. But, I would sit for my final exam. I'd be so excited, like, I can't wait till this exam's done and I'm free. And I'd write the final calculation on my exam or whatever, put down my paper. Let's go, exam season is done. I'd walk home so excited, in such a good mood. Exams were done. Summer holidays was here, 3 months to do nothing. I'd get home, I'd sit on my bed, I'd maybe mess around on YouTube, watch a couple videos, and I'd be like, yes, I'm free, nothing to do. But then I'd sit down on my bed at nighttime, and I'd be like, okay, nothing to do. Now what? Now what do I do? What's the meaning of my life, right? Like, up to this point, my life had a meaning. I was grinding every day towards my exams. I had something to work towards. Sure, it sucked. Sure, it was hard. But at least I had a meaning in my life. And now that the summer holidays are here, there's no meaning to my life. There's nothing to do. And, without that meaning in your life, what my daily routine became was wake up at midday, kind of mess around for a couple hours scrolling on my phone in bed, finally get the energy to wake up, go downstairs, make some food, and then go play video games all day. All my friends were overseas. I barely left my house. My life became meaningless. So while I did have complete freedom, I felt worse than ever. Deep down, I was hating this life of waking up every day, playing video games and doing nothing. It seems amazing because, you should be grateful because you have so much to do. You have so much freedom, for sure. But we do need this meaning in our life, otherwise we feel terrible. So in this video, I'm going to tell you how to kind of get that meaning in your life over the summer holidays and how best to spend your summer holidays. Because for me, honestly, the best summer holidays that I've had in my life was when I had some kind of purpose, something I was working towards. Because 3 months is enough time to really make a change in your life and achieve something big. Like, I remember summer 2016. Before that point, I was the worst student in Spanish class. Like, I was known as that guy who could not speak Spanish. The rest of the class was decent at Spanish, and I was there struggling to even say basic sentences. But I went away for the summer 2016, and I just went ham. I spent several hours a day learning Spanish, obsessing over Spanish. Duolingo, YouTube, podcasts. I was just going hard learning Spanish several hours a day. It became my life's mission. I would wake up excited to do Spanish. I would be awake late into the night, grinding away at Spanish. And I came back after the summer holidays, and that was our first Spanish assignment. And I did the Spanish assignment, and I was using a bunch of these complex words, complex grammar structures, and I submitted the assignment. And basically the teacher said, hey bro, Penrose, come over here. You cheated. He basically said I cheated. He was like, bro, which software did you use? Which person did you get to help you with this assignment? Because basically the transformation in Spanish that I made was so extreme, he simply did not believe that this was my work. But it 100% was, because 3 months is enough time to really go hard and achieve something big. And there were other summer holidays. Like, there was a summer holiday where I really went hard on like fitness. I became fit, I exercised, I focused on my health. There was like other summers where I would as long as you had something. There was one summer where I went really hard on juggling. I'm not even kidding. Like, juggling where you like throw balls in the air and you catch them, like what clowns do. That summer, 2021, I think, I just became obsessed with juggling. For some reason, I had this obsession. I get obsessed over these weird things, but I became really obsessed with mastering juggling. Every morning I was literally waking up watching. First thing I thought in the morning was, hey, let's learn this juggling trick. Let's do some juggling. I was learning all these advanced juggling tricks. I was learning 4 balls, 5 ball juggling. Even though that was a completely useless skill, like I don't learn it anymore. Useless skill. That was still a better summer than the summers when I was playing video games all day and I was waking up without meaning. So what you need is meaning in your summers. So here's what I would tell you. Find that one thing that you really want to go hard in. That overwhelming goal, that overwhelming desire that you have. You know, what do you want to become over the summer holidays? Do you want to make a massive body transformation? Do you want to start a business? Do you want to, learn a language? Do you want to, whatever you want? Like, I was just talking to a guy in my paid community about this. Basically, he's going to go work on his YouTube channel over the summer holidays. That's what he wants. So, if you've got this meaning, something you're pushing towards every day over the summer, it gives you that sense of purpose in your summer, and it gives you, it makes it enjoyable, first of all, in my opinion, enjoyable. But also you can make a huge change over 3 months, and you can come back to school next semester, come back to school a completely different person. You can completely change your body, completely change your personality, completely build something new from scratch, master a language, master a YouTube channel, whatever you want. The question is not what should you do over the summer holidays. If you came to this video looking for things to do, like if you want me to give you like 101 fun things to do over the holidays, if you want me to give you, a list of activities you can do, it's useless, bro. It's useless to get a list of these activities because you can have fun. You can do fun things over the holidays. You can get experience. You can build a basket. You can learn knitting. You can do whatever you want. But if you don't have a deep reason why you're doing these things, they're just going to be these mindless activities you're doing. And you're going to revert to doing these addicting things like video games or social media or watching TV and stuff. You need a deep reason why you're doing these activities. Like, don't get me wrong, if knitting baskets, if you have a deep reason why you're learning to knit baskets, like maybe your mother really loves them and you want to master that skill so you can impress her. Maybe you're just really into knitting baskets and you really want to learn that skill for whatever reason. If you have a deep reason why you're doing something, that's what gives your life meaning. That's what makes the summer holidays enjoyable, because you're waking up thinking about it, obsessing over it. You're going to sleep thinking about it, rather than just an activity that you do. So, I see these videos on YouTube. It's like top 100 things to do over the summer holidays, 50 activity ideas. Complete waste of time. What you need to do is, instead of looking out there for what activities you want to do, you got to look in here, because you know exactly what you want to achieve over the summer holidays. You know exactly what goals you want. You know exactly what purpose you want. You know what in your life you want to become, if that makes sense. So if you don't know what you want to spend your summer holidays doing, you need to take time to reflect away from technology and just think. Think, what is something that will change my life if I achieve it? Do I want to get healthier, get fitter? Do I want to work on a business, start a business or whatever? Start a YouTube channel, learn the skills of YouTube so that next semester I can post my journey in school on YouTube and, work on that alongside my semester. It's up to you. But it's good to have that overwhelming goal to work towards every single day. Then you can have some side goals as well, like fitness and whatever. But that's just the first thing. You need that meaning. Okay, now the next thing I can tell you, this might seem a bit weird, but hopefully this will open your mind to something. You've only got so many summer holidays left. Now, this is not going to be some cringy kind of like, you should be grateful for your summer holidays. I'm going to give you a different perspective here. But basically, you've only got so many summers left in your life, right? Like if you're in university, you've probably got 4 summers left. If you're in high school, you've got like 6 left. And then after that, you're probably going to work a job where you'll only get a couple weeks off every year. And you'll be stuck working this job. So I'm not going to tell you here, you should take advantage of your summer holidays, you should enjoy them. But I want to open you up to a new lifestyle, a new mindset. So recently I've been reading this book. I've got it here actually. The 4-Hour Workweek. I've read it before. I'm reading it again because it really opened my mind to the idea of a 4-hour workweek. So basically what this book talks about is basically how most people live their life is they live what's called the deferred life plan. So they'll work, it's 5 days a week for 40 years, 50 years, and then hopefully they have enough money to retire and enjoy the rest of their life doing what they actually want. That's called the deferred life plan. But basically what the author of this book talks about, Tim Ferriss, is that there is another way to live your life that's currently emerging. Actually, this book came out in 2006, so that new lifestyle has been out for a while. It's not the deferred life plan like I just talked about. It's called the new rich. Basically how the new rich are living. They're taking advantage of the internet. And instead of taking their retirement and putting it towards the end of their life. They're basically spreading mini retirements throughout their life. So how Tim works, first of all, he works a 4-hour work week. He has complete freedom where he can work for as long as he wants. But what he does is he'll work for a couple months, and then he'll take a couple months off as a mini retirement, essentially a summer holiday. So for example, he'll work for a couple months, and then for a few months he'll go skiing in the Alps for a few months and master skiing. Then he'll work for a couple months, and then he'll go, to Argentina to learn tango. Like I think he did a tango competition and he came like first or something. He's also gone to like China to do martial arts, and he won like a fighting competition or something like that. A very interesting book. I highly recommend reading it. But basically what he talks about is he opens your mind up to this new way of living life, this new lifestyle called the new rich, where you can spread your retirements throughout your life. Like you might think this is crazy. You might think this is like, you've got to be really lucky or you've got to be really smart or something to be able to live this lifestyle. I highly recommend reading this book. It will destroy all your limiting beliefs about what I just talked about. Really interesting. It's going to open your mind up to it. So if your goal is to live that new rich lifestyle, that different life plan, that different lifestyle, then essentially you're going to have summer holidays for the rest of your life. Now, I'm not saying the goal is to never work again, but the goal is to work in such a way that you have more freedom of time, freedom of location. So essentially, look into that concept. Maybe it's not going to be as meaningless as you think. Maybe you'll have more summer holidays than you think, right? So that's just opening your mind up to a different lifestyle. Might seem weird, but that's my goal. My goal is to have that kind of lifestyle. And like he says in the book, anyone can achieve it. There are people out there who are dumber than you, less lucky than you, and they're living that lifestyle. You might feel like you're not smart enough, or you're not lucky enough, or your circumstances are bad. But there are people exactly like you who are achieving that lifestyle. So maybe I'll talk more about this in future videos. I don't know if this is gonna make sense to you. Let me know in the comments if what I'm saying makes any sense at all. But highly recommend reading this book. This is what I love about reading. It opens your mind up to a completely different world, this perspective on the world that you've never seen. That's what reading does. So basically, one more thing I'll say on that. Basically, what he says is the way to do it is through a business. Because what a business does is a business will make you money when you're not directly working on it. When you're working a job, you only get money when you work, right? Like you get paid $30 an hour, $40 an hour, $50 an hour. But a business, for example, he had a supplement business. A business will make money for you when you're asleep. A business will make money for you when you're not directly working on it. So because of that, you have freedom of time. And if it's online, then you have freedom of location. So hopefully this video opened you up to a new lifestyle that you can live. One that, summer holidays are not going to end. They're going to keep going. But like I said in this video, you do need a purpose over your summer holiday. So the goal is not to be completely free and have nothing to do, because you're going to feel empty. Just like how I said earlier in this video, how if you don't have a purpose, a meaning you're working towards on your summer holiday, your life is going to feel purposeless. Deep down, you're going to feel empty. And there's actually a chapter on this book about that called Filling the Void. So the goal is not to stop working. The goal is not to do nothing. The goal is simply to make better use of our time, to work in such a way, to have a lifestyle in such a way that we have more freedom. Freedom is the goal, not meaninglessness, not nothing. Freedom is the goal, if that makes sense. So a bit of a weird video. I took a completely different turn with this topic. You probably came to this video looking for like top 10 activities to do, something like that. I'm sure, hopefully this helped you. See you later.